10 cancer-causing foods you should avoid. Cancer is one of the most terrifying diseases one can face. And while there are many factors that can cause cancer, it's estimated that 30 to 40% of cases are linked to diet and lifestyle factors. You may already know that smoking, drinking alcohol, physical inactivity, and excess weight can increase your risk of developing this disease. But your dietary choices play a big part too. So if you've ever heard that certain foods can cause cancer, but don't know which ones or how to avoid them, then this video is an excellent place to start. We outline some of the most common offenders and suggest healthier alternatives. So let's get to it. Number 1. Sugar and refined carbohydrates. Sugar and refined carbohydrates are found in many foods, such as baked goods, white pasta, bread and rice, desserts, sauces and condiments, as well as sugary cereals. The connection between these foods and cancer is not clear-cut. However, researchers have observed that consuming high concentrations of sugary or starchy foods may increase your risk of developing type 2 diabetes and obesity. Both conditions worsen inflammation levels in the body, leading to oxidative stress, which has been associated with an increased risk of developing cancer. Healthier alternatives include whole grain bread and pasta, brown rice, oats, and fresh fruits and vegetables. Number 2. Soda. According to research, the average American drinks 45 gallons of soda per year, enough to fill a small bathtub. While tasty and refreshing, these drinks are typically full of sugar, chemicals, and empty calories that can cause you to gain weight. Regular consumption is also linked to diabetes and heart disease. Furthermore, many darker sodas also contain an ingredient called 4-methylamidazole, and long-term exposure to this chemical has been linked with an increased risk for lung cancer. Try some sparkling water with a splash of juice to quench your thirst instead. Number 3. Processed meats. Processed meat refers to any meat that has been preserved by smoking, salting, or curing. I'm talking bacon, hot dogs, sausage, and cold cuts. The methods used to make these products also include chemicals like nitrates and nitrites, which are associated with an increased risk of colorectal cancer. In addition, high consumption of processed meats has also been associated with an increased risk for stomach and breast cancer. If you enjoy eating bacon or sausage for breakfast, or deli sandwiches for lunch, try swapping them out for healthier alternatives, like a hard-boiled egg salad. Number 4. Microwave popcorn. Popcorn is a healthy snack. It's low in fat and high in fiber, and it's been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. But beware, not all popcorn is created equal. Some microwave popcorn bags are lined with a chemical that breaks down to perfluorooctanoic acid, which has been linked to an increased risk of liver, prostate, and other cancers. The good news? It's super easy to make your own popcorn at home, and you'll know exactly what's going into it. Number 5. Genetically modified foods. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are plants or animals that have been genetically engineered with DNA from other species to produce a desired trait. The most common use of GMOs is to increase crop yields, but they're also used to create livestock that produces more meat and dairy products with higher fat content. Genetically modified foods have been linked to allergies, diseases, and organ damage. Studies indicate that GMOs may cause infertility and birth defects as well. The link between GMO consumption and cancer development isn't quite clear yet, but some studies also indicate an association between GMOs and the development of tumors. Number 6. Canned tomatoes. Tomatoes are incredibly healthy since they're high in antioxidants and vitamins, but it's best to avoid them from cans. Some food cans are still lined with bisphenol A. This chemical has been linked to cancer and other serious health problems. And because tomatoes are so acidic, they're more likely to leach problematic levels of BPA from the can. If you want canned tomatoes for your pasta sauce, Look for products labeled BPA-free. Better yet, just do without them altogether. Stick with fresh tomatoes if you want an antioxidant boost on your pizza night or spaghetti dinner. It will taste better anyway. Number 7. Foods containing hydrogenated oil. This is an ingredient that you should avoid at all cost. Hydrogenated oil is a form of fat used to keep foods fresher for longer. It's found in margarine and shortening, but also in many packaged foods like crackers, baked goods, and candy bars. These oils cause inflammation and cell damage that's been linked to heart disease, diabetes, and increased risk for cancer. To avoid these harmful effects, replace them with healthier fats like olive oil or avocado oil. Number 8. Overly processed foods. If you tend to fill your grocery cart with instant noodles and soups, boxed and ready-to-eat meals, and packaged snacks like chips and cookies, you may want to reconsider. These foods are often high in calories, sugar, salt, and fat, and low in vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Eating too much processed and junk food can lead to obesity and other health problems, and it may also increase your cancer risk. While this doesn't mean that these types of food are as bad for you as smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol every day, it does suggest that they should be consumed sparingly. Number 9. Farmed fish. Farmed fish are fed antibiotics and genetically modified foods, such as corn and soy, which are not their natural diet. These crops also contain pesticides, herbicides, and other chemicals that can be harmful to animals and humans alike. Studies also found that GMO diets lead to a less healthy gut for these fish and make them more susceptible to disease. Salmon is one of the most popular farmed fish in the US, and it contains much higher amounts of cancer-causing chemicals, such as polychlorinated biphenyls, as well as other environmental toxins than its wild counterpart. To reduce exposure to these dangerous substances, avoid farmed fish as much as possible, and choose wild-caught instead. Number 10. Foods that are grilled and charred. Cooking foods at high temperatures or over an open flame, such as grilling, barbecuing, or pan-frying, can produce carcinogenic substances that may increase the risk of cancer by altering the DNA of your cells. In fact, studies have found that people who eat a lot of grilled and barbecued meat and very few fruits and vegetables are more likely to develop stomach cancer. Now, I'm not saying you should never barbecue again, but there are much healthier cooking methods you can use to make delicious meals. These include poaching, pressure cooking, baking or roasting at lower temperatures, or slow cooking in a crock pot. If you're concerned about your health, it's time to make some changes. And you can start by looking at what you're consuming. Are any of these items a regular part of your diet? If so, you can and should take steps to reduce your exposure to carcinogens and other harmful substances by reducing or eliminating these problematic food sources and replacing them with healthier options. Thanks for watching. If you thought this video offered some useful information, give it a like and share it with your friends. It allows us to create more great content. If you want to see more videos from us, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.